Gemini. Let's get into your collective reading here. It shuffled too good. Let's try that again. It's gonna be for any and all Gemini placements, so always have your discernment when you are looking at your birth chart and seeing where Gemini may fall in your birth chart. If you don't know what a birth chart is, and you just know your zodiac sign, or if you don't know anything about that at all, and you just want to get a little tarot reading, the only advice I have is taking what resonates and leaving what doesn't. Don't need to be an expert at this to understand that fact, because I trust you. Someone's doing yard work. Trust you. We're all big kids here. So, I would like to get a clear, honest message for the Gemini collective. What do we got going on? What do they need to hear for their highest good? Hello. How does this feel so happy and so chaotic at the same goddamn time? So, I can't tell if you are the snake on the cliffside or the snake down there, but there's a tangled web of something here that, oddly enough, has brought about a lot of stability due to an intuitive choice. 10 of Cups, the Lovers, which also the Lovers, I believe, is the Gemini card. Let me just double check, because I feel like right now, since I am a little eepy, if I sound nasally, I have very small symptoms of a small cold. Yeah, Gemini is the Lovers. I just had to double check, because, just trying to go with the flow here and not use my brain too much, because I'm already using my brain for this amazing reading you're starting out with. The Lovers isn't anything but you right now, but also the Lovers is a choice. These two people are making a choice, both of them, to choose each other. And there's a happiness in that, and a happiness in that when it's you looking at the world and life. I think there's a happiness in you being very direct in what you are desiring, and it's okay to want that. For some of you, you just need to hear that it's okay to want that. Also, underneath this is like, it's okay to choose the stability in all this. It's not always easy trying to bring in happiness for us, but that's kind of the point, is it's like a lot of hard work goes into building a lot of happy memories, but we all kind of know our limits with it. Like, people shouldn't have to work 90 hours a week to barely, like, make enough to pay rent, kind of a thing. Like, if you want to make enough money, you're willing to work hard, but you understand your balance. And this isn't just when it comes to, like, work and, like, minimum wage and all that, whatever. I just wanted to at least, that's, like, the first example I could at least come up with, because it's an easy one. But taking that out of the general, like, business worldview, per se, and, like, money, career, and finance, you have a choice of creating a lot of betterment for yourself when it comes to working hard to understand how to live for yourself. There is someone, I feel like, here that really wants to learn a lot of off-grid things, and it's gonna take time, and I think you understand that it's okay to want to transform a certain, like, way of living, to try and at least save a little more money, be a little more resourceful, and at the end of the day you become a little more abundant in time, energy, just, like, more abundant in you still have, I don't know, like a half tub of ice cream because you were disciplining yourself on not eating ice cream, and now you can still have the ice cream and still enjoy it. Like, it's not about, oh, you must save money for this. It's more of like saving it so you can still enjoy it later. And I think this is what your hard work of discipline has been, because it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna discipline myself to not eat ice cream. It's, I'm gonna discipline myself to get A, B, and C done. And if I can't get that done, that's okay. We're gonna make a plan accordingly. And I think this is where you genuinely want to plan accordingly, but sometimes you need to give your brain rest. Gemini, 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 you are goddamn such a sign that just thinks all the time. It takes one to know one, because I'm a Gemini moon. If you know, you know. I am a Taurus sun, Leo rising, Gemini moon. Very fun mix in my brain. But Geminis always be thinking. Always, always, always. You gotta give your brain some rest. You gotta give your brain some time to, like, ground itself into you. Because you are choosing you in all of this right now. You are choosing yourself, Gemini. You've been choosing yourself this whole entire time, is what I feel like. Because the King of Wands is out here, like, I'm gonna ignore that card because it's not relevant right now. The King of Wands is out here, like, you have been so strong in maintaining, like, hey, if you want to hang out with people and get caught in this tangled chaos, you can, because it could be fun. Like, it could be something fun that these other snakes are doing. But if you don't have the energy for that, you don't have it. And it's okay if you do, but maybe you want to enjoy the time shared. Because you can just still sit there, and while they're hanging out doing their thing, you're just hanging out up there, and you're still having a good time. There's something about it that, like, in this card, these two snakes that are looking up and, like, down at each other, they can either be seen as, like, best of friends or foes. And in this case, I'm really seeing a lot of, like, these are just buddies hanging out, and you just want to hang out with them, but it's the indecision of, hey, I gotta really think of, like, am I good up here and here? Have we eaten? Have we drinking water? Kind of a thing. Like, you're just trying to make sure you're good so you can stay strong for the future. Because this Chariot card, the Archer, is someone who's going to be very precise about where they put their energy. This is, I don't know why I feel like I need to say this is the energy of Cancer, the zodiac sign Cancer. It's not Cancer, but the zodiac sign Cancer is an energy that is very beneficial to you at this time because it's driving you forward. What grounds you and what grounds this Archer here are the hunting dogs right behind them. This person makes their mark, aims up at their target, the hunting dogs sitting ready to pounce whenever the target meets its, or whenever the arrow meets its target. And I think, this is so cool. I think you're seeing life in a very, whole new light. And I think this is being very direct. But also, like, anytime you are direct, you feel like, this is who I am. And I think this is where, like, Geminis, either Geminis get confused about themselves, or I feel like Geminis are really good at understanding both sides of something, and a good, like, true Gemini energy is gonna make the choice. Making the choice is the absolute key factor in anything moving forward. If you don't make a choice, nothing's gonna move forward. And that's a big thing that you've become aware of this whole entire time of life and living, and I think you're becoming abundantly aware of how it's been creating a lot of stability for you. And also, I feel like you should give yourself a lot of credit for all the choices you've made, because it's led you to a lot of stability in your heart, and this is allowing you to provide so much, like, sure, like, just assured direction. Like, you are so sure about where you're going, and it's so something that I feel like you're focused on. And I want to even preface this with, like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, what you are doing is also bringing in abundance for the loyal companions by your side, because it's not like those hunting dogs are just like there to be hunting dogs. Those are companions that are also like friendships, bonds that you make along the way that also still drive you forward. Like, there's connections in our own life that I feel like really drive us forward towards a new beginning for ourselves, and that's very important to hold on to. So if you feel like there are some people that are some key people in your life, keep in contact. Just communicate whatever you feel in the moment you should like to communicate. If you find yourself like typing out a text and then deleting it, who cares? At least you typed it out. The thing is, just typing it is the same thing as writing something down and erasing it. The act of writing it down at least got you to release that emotion. And it's this grounding of your energy that sometimes you need. It's okay if you may not like actually text them like all the time, but as long as you text them once and be like, you're good, you're alive, and all that stuff, mainly because my brother's a Gemini. And he lives in another state right now because I moved out of state, and I always like to at least text him to be like, I'm alive, you know? And he does the same as well. So, but there may be some times where you catch yourself deleting a text, but don't feel bad about it. If you're deleting a text, it means you're just getting yourself to like express some emotion, because you've put a lot of work in releasing yourself from so much. Like, either you felt like you couldn't get past certain like patterns or emotions, or it's like certain there's always like a ceiling of something. You always feel like you've reached like the max of what you could do, and it's maybe at these moments is when you like break past this barrier and find something completely new and out of the box, out of that like barrier that I feel like you're like hitting against almost, and then metaphors. I hope it's making sense. Clarifying the 10 of Cups is the 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, both reversed, with the Ace of Pentacles. 3 of Wands is a very important card about building things in order to bring in opportunity of like friendship and like people maybe. But I feel like this is also doing it in a way that's gonna like be functional. But this is also like building things in what could be family and friendships, but also like a lot of reflecting in any other part of your life. We all have a lot of things that we go through as human beings that this is a hard time for me, and it's this very specific area of my life, but it reflects and it shows a lot in other instances of your life, like how you handle yourself, how you choose things. And I think this is keeping your eye on what hasn't worked, but also now maybe shifting to what works. What actually works? Let's do this. This is what works. We're taking this idea. Okay, we know what doesn't work, but we're going to go with what works. And I think this is where the recognition of making that choice has become, I feel like, super abundantly like clear in how you handle your own emotions, you handle your own self, your way of being. Because this is a small little like seed here, I always see as the Ace of Pentacles. This little idea, this little moment in life that's like, everything has come up to this moment in life. What are you gonna choose here? If you had to choose something of like, you have to choose A or B. Out of everything that's collectively come up in your moment in life, will you choose you? Will you choose yourself? Is, I think, what maybe your higher self is asking you here, Gemini. What do we have for the Gemini card? The Lovers. I love how this card calls it the Forest Lovers. This card is adorable. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. This is the Wildwood Tarot. Actually, funny enough, I have the box right here because I had to get a new one, unfortunately. We had an accident and I had to get a new one. So this is the new box, if anyone was curious. I have tons of tarot decks, and there should be a list of them on my website, and that link should be somewhere in the description or as a command here on stream. Last card for the Lovers. Oh, let's do... Yes? Yes, no, maybe so. Higher Self? We have the Higher Self card out here, the High Priestess. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like how, like, space age this deck is. It gives me very much, I feel like it's, like, very much my style. I want to know who made this tarot deck. I want to call this tarot deck the Cosmic Tarot. Because it feels so, it's like, it's space, you know? Space, space. Gotta go to space. Oh, there's 9. Okay. Sorry. It's hard to tell which cards are in reverse sometimes. Okay. Clarifying the Lovers is the Ace of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups, and 2 of Swords. Whether you're indecisive or not, you're still sitting here, like, weighing out your options, and if you're beating yourself up for weighing out your options, don't. Everyone has to... 7 of Cups. This is the card of, like, we have all of these options in front of us, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, but we gotta look at them. Either look at them with a closer eye, or look at them, for what they are, and if you are still not sure if something is going to be a good idea or a bad idea, you can always at least, like, not like dip your toe into it, but also consider it as like, okay, this could work, but you would need to pick one. Don't pick multiple. There just needs to be one or maybe 2 decisions, like 2 cups out of the 7 cups chosen. You don't need 3 or 4. You just need 1. And this 1 cup is essentially a giant metaphor for how you're going to pursue genuine, either, like, if you need a solution for something, a resolution, fulfillment in life, a decision on a goal or career that you want to pursue. There's so much that if you just pick one, you will understand what you want later on. But when you pick this, the indecision then comes in of how do you do it? Because you're still thinking of your other options. If you're still constantly thinking of these other options, you need to not weigh out the options. You need to stay committed to one of them, because your focus is going to be taken in so many different ways, and for Gemini energies, you are already a sign that's already thinking too much, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to take that for, like, genuine astrology. I just think you always got some good ideas in the brain, and sometimes you need to focus on the one good idea. Because when you stay truly determined and focused, your skill and, like, ability to learn skills, like, skyrockets. You stay committed and true when you actually commit to, hey, if this is something I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be this person that's gonna learn how to actually, what feels like not walk away from somebody. I want to feel like I want to say you want to be able to not walk away from an opportunity of a lifetime, but what you need to get past is how hungry are you for it? There's a metaphorical way of saying how hungry you are for something, because at that point everything becomes clear and, oh, I'm gonna actually like really pursue this and get better at something, and even not even get better, it's just like move forward in something. Because I was talking about skills, so I was just thinking of like getting better at a skill even. But with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, you have an opportunity to break past a lot of barriers that once you break past this, they will not hold you back. Let's say you are an amazing shot with this bow. You are the most perfect shot ever. Or you can learn how to be the most perfect shot ever when you really put your mind to it. And you have to go out there, and instead of hitting a target, you actually have to like hunt and hunt your first animal, which essentially means kill an animal. And I think there's almost like trying to be comfortable with like that, not just like taking a life literally. This is all a metaphor. Please bear with me. Let me explain. When we want to do something that, okay, we've practiced this, now we have to perform. Now we have to actually like hunt, and like this is a very important thing that is like, if you don't get this deer per se, you're not gonna have food for the night. It's like important like that. Like hunting is very important when it comes to someone just trying to live out here in the woods per se with their two guard dogs. Nine of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Eight of Swords. High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. I love you too. You need to understand when you feel like you're kind of going crazy with the direction you're taking and the action you're taking of, oh my god, I have to kill a deer here in order to eat for the night when I'm just living out here in the woods. You have to just like feel crazy for a moment. The only way I can explain it is, as a dancer, there's always going to be dancers that are going to have nerves right before performing. Now, there's two ways that you could either have nerves. Either you're genuinely scared and then like it's coming from an insecurity, or you're excited to just perform and just to be on the stage. Either way, dancing in itself, when you are on the stage, it feels insane. Like, it feels crazy to just be out there performing. Sometimes it just feels wild. And I even explained it to somebody in a dance video, like, comment section of, they were feeling very weird. Like, it was weird to do certain movements. But, like, when you are watching a performance and watching a dance, and you see these people perform, you're like, oh my god, this looks so cool. But the dance moves that they're doing could feel, sometimes they feel so strange. Sometimes there's like certain moves that like people will like put their hands like this on their shoulders and do like weird, like going to their knee or going like this. And you just, like, when you're learning the dance, if someone choreographed this into a dance and you're learning it, you're like, I feel like a chicken. It's got my little chicken wings. It feels crazy, it feels silly, and you have to feel crazy and feel silly. If this is the avenue of independence that you want, not just independence, but like something that truly grounds you and makes you happy, and it doesn't even have to be something you stick with forever, you're gonna have to feel a little yeah, I get this kind of looks silly or feels silly, but when people are seeing the performance of it, they don't think it looks silly. They think it looks professional. And I want you to understand that the outside perspective is very important for not just like what other people think. It's, hey, what something feels like on the inside is not necessarily how it's going to look on the outside, and that goes with the stuff that we want to do. And especially when it comes to dance, like that's the best way I can describe it, is there's some dance moves that you feel like you're like using, like doing some weird like voodoo things and just like moving your shoulders like up into your like into your scalp almost. But when you look at it and like look at dancing in certain music videos, it looks good. It looks cool. Sometimes it does look a little weird. Some dance moves do be looking weird. Jojo Siwa is a fine example of that. There's dancing and then there's Jojo Siwa's. Don't even actually give her. Don't. I shouldn't even give her any of my time. Oh my god. Her dancing gives me trauma. I'm totally kidding. There's a skill that's like, it's okay to feel silly while you're practicing it. It's okay to feel like you're just this novice that's practicing it. But if someone was like an average human being who knew nothing about what you were doing, they probably would look at you and be like, you know what you're doing. It looks like you know what you're doing. And if not, then it still looks cool either way. Please understand that a lot of how skill is learned is not how it's going to look when it's performed. A big thing is when an artist fully paints something, we're not going to sit there and watch the artist paint the whole entire thing. We're gonna wait until it's done and then see it in the art museum one day, and or the art gallery or whatever. And I think this is understanding the like the the learning versus I want to say the learning versus like the knowing and performing, because some of it is like a skill that's like performed or an ability that is like done in a sense. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I feel like it makes sense, but also y'all need to trust you and your intuition, okay? Your intuition and your higher self are very much leading you and guiding you at this time. And if you don't know what that is, intuition is honestly easily described as, I feel like I can breathe, and your brain feels so clear, like so crystal clear. Trust your gut. Trust everything you think in that moment. Because that is clear intuition, clear minded thinking. And breathing will help with that, because it gives your brain oxygen. Your brain is a muscle, it needs oxygen, okay? So, thank you for being here. That is all I have for you guys. I think I'm just gonna end it there. Uh, I. Hmm. Is there something else? I think I did forget one thing. Because during all of this, I think Geminis need to remember to let go, release. Release energy in any healthy way, shape, or form. Okay? But there is work needing to be done, and it's all about making a choice and sticking with that choice. And seeing, I guess, where it leads you, because you want to, I guess, you want to hit your mark, but not just on a practice target. You want to hit your mark on the like actual goal in mind. So allow yourself to trust yourself in the work that you do. I think that's the big thing. Release the things that make you feel like you don't trust yourself when you're working hard. Because I believe in all of the knowledge you have here, Gemini. You should trust yourself a little more in your own knowledge. So, thank you for being here. Take your time. Take things day by day. Practice every day or every other day, but keep consistency. You're doing great. I believe in you, like I said, and that's all I have for you. I don't think we're ending just yet on Twitch, but for anyone that's watching on YouTube, thank you for being here, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.